everybody, welcome to our general stretch routine. Stacy here is going to help me demonstrate. So Stacy, why don't you go ahead and we're going to drop it right down into what's called quadruped position, aka hands and knees. So what we're going to start with here, Stacy's got her knees spread out, shoulder width apart, and we're going to start with a hip car. So what that stands for is a controlled articulate rotation. So what Stacy's doing right now is she's picking up that right knee, she's driving it out to the side, and then driving it straight back. Notice how when she's doing this movement, her hips are staying nice and still, they're not rocking side to side, and she's just working within that hip joint. Good, Stacy. So when we go through this, you guys want to have the notion of going obviously very slow, almost like your leg is getting dragged through mud while you're doing this. You want to do this so hard, go ahead and reverse it for me, Stacy. Go backwards and around. You want to do this to the extent where you feel like that glute is going to cramp up while you're doing it. You're doing this so hard. Very nice. This is really going to get in there and loosen things up in that hip joint. Also, you want to have hands planted down. Your body's really going to have a tendency, keep those hips nice and still right there. Your body's really going to have a tendency to want to bend your elbows. You want to fight that as best you can. Always be pushing through with straight elbows. Go ahead and start that second side, Stacy. So after Stacy's done 5 on one side and 5 the other direction, she's going to move on to the left leg, keeping those legs parallel, starting with the leg out to the side and driving it backwards. Very good. After she finishes those 5, she's going to reverse the motion. We're going to go straight back and around. Once again, not moving those hips, keeping them nice and still. Very good. As Stacy's finishing up here, the next movement, we're going to go from here. We don't even have to go far. Stacy's going to drop it straight down to her stomach. And we're going to be stretched out as long as possible. So what she's going to do here, we're going to arch up everything. So Stacy, go ahead and lift everything up. And with her arms, she's going to stretch it out. And she's going to bring it down to almost a field goal position. So you feel those shoulder blades pinching together, those rhomboid muscles, smaller muscles working on your back. So all we're doing here is keep a neutral head, warming up that spine, warming up that back and shoulders. And once again, just like with the hip cars, you want to take these nice and slow, whole body arched up off the ground. Once she's hit 5, we're done with those. Very good, Stacy. So now, go ahead and flip to your side for me. Now that we've loosened up those shoulders and back and hips, what we're going to do now is I'm going to give Stacy the foam roller. She's going to place her right leg up on the foam roller, keeping those hips nice and square, perpendicular to the ground, and we're going to warm up our thoracic spine. So from Stacy's hips down to her feet are going to remain totally still, while her upper body, she's going to have one hand on top of the other, gently peeling it across her body and extending towards the opposite wall. All while taking deep breaths, focusing on controlling your breathing. Very good. So this is a great movement to start warming up that thoracic spine. If you would like to progress this movement further, what you can do, I suggest, Stacy, go ahead, and what she's going to do now, she's going to take her top arm, this is going to bring your shoulder into it a little bit, pick it up, trace a half circle over her head, picking her shoulder up and over the rib cage and setting it on the other side, bringing her shoulder into it more thoroughly. motion, bringing it straight back. Very good. All right, Stacy, go ahead and hit that other side for me. So after you do this, we're going to just flip it over, and you are going to mimic the exact same rotation on the other side of your body. Once again, making sure those hips are perpendicular to the floor. Each time Stacy peels it across her body, she's focusing on that breathing and also thinking about reaching a little bit closer to that wall each time. And once you get 5 there, if you'd like to progress the movement, you can also take the hand up and over that shoulder blade. Stacy will demonstrate on the next one. Trace that half circle up and over. Set it on the other side of your rib cage and reverse the motion back. Outstretching that arm as far as possible. Very nice. Very good. One more. Excellent. Now we're going to get rid of this foam roller. Stacy's going to bring it up into the plank position. And what we're looking for here in that high plank, straight as a board from your shoulders down to those heels. Feet slightly separated, glutes engaged, squeezed, and Stacy's going to bring her left leg up, place it up by her right hand. And what we're looking for here is Stacy's hips square straight in front, driving her hips straight down into the floor. Notice how Stacy's foot is right underneath her knee. A lot of the times, people's knee creeps over that toe. We want that knee to be right on top of that foot, right up and down. Very good. So now she's going to take that left arm, extend it on up, push it tall through that right arm towards the ceiling. She's going to feel that down in her glute. Once she's done on that side, she's going to stretch it out. Swap legs. Drive her hips down, same position on the right side. Now she's going to take that right arm. We're going to slowly do the same thing, rotate up towards the ceiling, furthering the stretch of her glute. Very good. And come down. Excellent. From here, we're going to stand it up. What Stacy's going to do now, she's going to prepare for a squat. So we're going to have our feet in shoulder width apart. And she's going to, before she goes down, what I want her to think about doing is having a piece of paper between both feet. And we're going to think about tearing that piece of paper apart as we descend into our squat. So what we're doing now, you'll notice Stacy's elbows are on the inside of her knees. What she's doing there is she's driving her knees further apart, furthering that hip mobilization. Very good. And rocking back and forth is just going to enhance this hip mobilization. She's really getting in there, moving that hip around the neck capsule. What she's going to do now, Stacy, if you could drop your left arm onto the ground, for those of you guys that want to progress this stretch, she's going to push through that left arm while at the same time, hips trying to remain still. She's going to extend through that right arm, reaching as far towards the ceiling as she possibly can. Staying in that nice deep squat. Temporarily back elbows between the knees, then she's going to do that same movement with the other arm pressing straight up into the ceiling. Nice and easy. Come up and out of that squat.